Hello students, we are going to discuss the water and soil pollution from the subject called environmental science, and today we are going to study the contents of definitions of unit operation of water treatment plant and wastewater treatment plant. First we will be discussing the difference between water treatment plant and wastewater treatment plant. Next we will be discussing how this water treatment plant and the wastewater treatment plant works with unit operations and list of unit operations in both water and wastewater treatment plants. Now we'll start with the definitions. First, before that we will be discussing the difference between water treatment plant and wastewater treatment plant. Where water treatment plant, it is the plant where the water, where we use it use that water for our domestic purposes. Where do we get this water from? It is from the dams or some reservoirs, but from that reservoir how it reaches and how that water is going to reach our home, there is a huge process. Like first the water will be sent to the water will be saved in the reservoir or the dams, and it will be sent through a conduit which we say it as the channels, or we will be using some pipelines for sending these waters to the treatment plants. This treatment plant will help in reducing all the parameters just like the pH, or it might be some other type of characteristics, physical, chemical, or it might be the biological. So how this will the process it will be when it comes to the treatment plant. Now we will be discussing it. The first thing, it will be screening. Just like if any water it is openly supplied, just like the channels or the canals, you might see some of the tree leaves, or you might find some type of the branches. You might see some type of dead animals, rat, birds, etc. Such bodies you are going to remove it using this process called screening. Next we will be sending this water, whatever we have been screened, that will be sent to the flow equalization. Flow equalization in the sense, the water which is being brought up from the dam, it is not in the correct way, or it is not in the correct pressure to send it for further procedures. Before that we will be doing some operation like flow equalization. In this we are going to control the hydraulic velocity or pressure, or we say it as the flow rate. And this flow equalization, it will be purposefully put in a wastewater treatment system, not in a water treatment plant, to maintain the safety of the water for drinking or usage of any type of the domestic purposes. Here this flow equalization, we are going to use it for this wastewater treatment system only. Next we will be sending this water to the mixing. After adding coagulants in water, coagulants in the sense, it is the chemical we are going to use it to remove some type of the colloidal particles which is being present in the water, and those colloidal particles are neither soluble, or neither it is visualized through bare eyes. and we uh, remove the colloidal particles using some chemicals. We call it as the coagulants. The next step is to mix coagulant thoroughly to disperse the chemical uniformly. Next, the flocculation. This flocculation is the process where the coagulants and the colloidal particles they gather together and they start settling down because of that heaviness. That procedure we say it as a flocculation. In a process in which colloids come out of the suspension in the form of floc, or we say it as the flake. Next, there is a process, the operation we say it as the sedimentation. Sedimentation in the sense whatever the heavy particles or some type of soil, sand, so on, these particles they are going to settle down because of that heaviness or because of the gravitational force. Apart from these trees, branches, debris, dead animals, bodies, apart from this, if you find any type of solid material which is not screened by this screening procedure or operation, here in this operation, all those materials are going to settle down. That process we say it as the sedimentation. Next, we have flotation process. In this, the separation of the particles of mass of pulverized ore, just like the soil containing the metallic what do we say contents, metallic contents, or you might be seen some type of metals itself, it is being floating on that water. We separate those materials, the soil with the iron ore or manganese ore or aluminium ore, or we usually see some type of lead which is being spread over the water. Those we are going to remove with some pulverization, or we say it as the some type of floating materials. Those we are going to remove it using this process called flotation. Next, we have the filtration. In this filtration unit, you might be seen this. What is this filtration is? You might be having some filters in your home. It might be the manually operated or the electricity operated filters. Those filters they help in enriching the minerals present in it helps in enriching the water with minerals, and those filters are going to remove some biological organisms or particles which is present in the water. Because when it comes out of this treatment plant, still we will be doing some type of treating of this biological methods. Apart from that, when this water comes out of this treatment plant, till it reaches your home, between that gap you might that water might get some type of microbes. It's been entering the water. Apart from this treating some type of biological procedures, here this the filters which is being used by you, those filters will be removing those microbes, and it will be helping in enriching the minerals inside the water. The similar way, in this also they will be helping to remove these biological organisms as well as it will be helping to remove all the dirty soil particles which has been present in the water. The finer suspended particles remain in water after sedimentation. Some bacteria are removed by passing water through the filter media It might be only the sand, or it might be both sand and the gravel. Next we have micro screening. This again, micro screening, we are going to use it only for wastewater treatment system, not for water treatment systems. And applications include primary and tertiary treatment as well as treatment of stormwater. Stormwater, you might be seen the water which is very turbulent or very rushy in nature. Those type of water will be passing through this micro screening for better result, better removal of these suspended particles, or it might be some type of the solid matters. Next we have disinfection. As I have said, removal of the microbes or the biological organisms, biological characteristics, we are going to alter in this disinfection operation. Next we have how the flowchart of this water and wastewater treatment plant. First I am going to show you how this water treatment plant works with some flow diagrams. First we have a source in the sense it is the reservoir, or it might be the dam. Later it will be sent to the intake well. We have some type of wells. It is being stored, the water it's been stored. Or we have some type of overhead tanks, you might be seen. And next this water which has been stored in intake wells, they will be sent to the treatment plant, and the first operation it will be of screen, where all those the water it's been screened, whatever it's been collected from passage. It might be the trees, debris, or some type of branches, dead animals. Here all this screen, it will be removing all those dirty things. Next it will be sent to the aerators. Aerators will help in removing all the odors, and it is going to help reducing the taste when the air is being passed through the water. And again after this, the water will be sent to the coagulant tanks, where the chemicals will be added to the water in required quantities. Next the water it's been sent to the flash mixer, where this coagulant and the water is going to mix thoroughly, and next is going to flocation chamber, where all the flocks, in the sense the coagulant and the dirt material is going to come together and it is going to settle. Next the filter bed, it is just like the filtration process, where water will be sent through some layers of sand and gravels. Even you might see some coal or the charcoal, where it helps in reducing all the sand particles or minute particles which is present in the water. And again the water is being sent to the disinfection chamber, where required quantity of disinfectant. Here usually they prefer the chlorination process, where the chlorine is being added to the water, which helps in reduction of the biological characteristics or biological organisms which is present in the water. Next it will be sent to the distribution system, and after this you will be getting the water from this system. Next we have the flow diagram of sewage treatment plant. Sewage treatment plant, in the sense it is the wastewater treatment plant only. First we will be having receiving chamber. After that we have coarse screen, just like this screen only, it will be this again, it will be removing all those floating materials. Next, it will be sent to the grid chamber. The grid chamber, it helps in removing the dirt. You can say it as the humus. And next we have fine screen, where the skin of any animals, or you might find some other type of materials. Here we are going to screen it off. Next, it will be sent to the skimming tank, where the water it's been stand still for around some time, and whatever the settling things are there, it is going to settle in this skimming tank, and whatever the floating materials it is there, it is been tend to float upwards, and it is being removed by some methods. Next, we have the primary clarifier. After this skimming tank, removing all the dirt which has been floating upwards, it is been removed. After that, water will be sent to the primary clarifier. Here the water will be mixed with some type of coagulant or chemical, and we keep that water for some time, and those the chemicals, it is being mixed with the, or it is going to attract all the dirt, and it is being settled in this chamber. Next, we have the aeration tank. It is going to remove the odor and the taste. Later we send it for secondary clarifier. If we find maximum amount of settleable things, again we send it for stabilization tank. Next, we send it for aeration and secondary clarifier. This process, it will be taking around 2 to 3 times. Later we send it for sludge drying bed. Here this chamber, it will be helping just like we are going to construct some type of septic tank in our home. How that works, similar way this sludge drying bed, it will be helping. Later the water will be removed, or it will be sent to the required it will be sent to the rivers, or it might be to the oceans. So this is how the flow diagram or the chart, how the water and the sewage treatment plant is being working. So this finishes with the video. Thank you.